Hey guys, Les here, aka Garth Ballion from my event rental shop. Actually, no, I'm not in my shop, am I? This is not the event rental shop. This is the inside of my truck. And today, we're going to talk about a viewer comment, which was, how do you make yourself look big? And first of all, why would you want to make yourself look big? Because sometimes the people that are wanting work, the companies that are wanting work, actually want kind of a bigger, more established company to do their job. Not always, but I do find that with kind of larger chains, just because they have like a reliability. If they jump online, you have good reviews, but you're also a big company, that kind of tells them, they have the proper insurance, they have the proper experience, they have the proper manpower. So I know a lot of people would argue with me. It's like, no, people want small guys. Yeah, if you're residential, if you want residential jobs, sure, they want small guys. They don't want big guys. But if you're a big chain, and you're putting on a big event, you don't want the small guys. No, you want to go to an event rental or an event planner that's bigger, that's more established, because they're more reliable, not necessarily, but ideally, at least legally, and in the sense of like manpower, and experience and equipment. So typically, when I see a big event, it's not done by a small dude. But hey, you're a small dude, or maybe you're like sort of getting there, right? You have 2, 3, 4, 5 people working for you, and you want to do, you don't have to do the giant events, but you want to do slightly bigger events. Well, what do you do? What do you do to kind of make yourself look a bit bigger? And the answer to that, there's probably more, but kind of the things I just immediately thought about is, first of all, and I discussed this in another email, is have a professional voicemail. Okay, if they call you and you have a professional voicemail, if they reach your voicemail, right away, and go on Fiverr, go on Elance. Elance is a freelance network, so is Fiverr, and hire someone for $50. And they're gonna make you a professional voicemail, and just put it on, because that will make you kind of sound professional, sound bigger. The other thing is, this kind of goes hand in hand with the voicemail, but in your emails, make sure the signature of your emails, kind of the lower portion, looks ultra professional. So look how, get examples from the emails you received from other companies, and make sure you have a very professional signature section in your emails, because that's going to certainly help you look kind of bigger as well. The third thing is, this is what I do, especially for kind of bigger events that are dealing with lots of funds, is I use a program called PartyCAD. But certainly if you're in another industry, another business, maybe you're going to use a different program. But the point is, I present them with designs or drawings that are professional looking, catered to their event. So for example, I go on Google Maps, take a picture or a screenshot of kind of the land there, and then on top of that layout, I put the tent. So if they want a 20 by 40, maybe they want a 40 by 100, maybe they want that can be in kind of made up of modules, if you don't have a big clear span tent. But the point is, I present them with like a professionally done design or rendering of what their event might be. And then they're like, wow, like these guys went above and beyond to present us something that we can visualize and see. Another kind of thing that comes to mind, and sometimes I just include this, an attachment in the email, and that is insurance, business liability insurance. So if you have business liability insurance, and you kind of want $5 million, kind of at least, because then it shows that, hey, because I think 2 million, 3 million is kind of like what you begin with, but companies like to see 5, if not more. that's kind of becoming a trend. I have been asked for 5 million several times now by companies in my region. So they want 5 million liability insurance, and sometimes I just include that as an attachment in the emails. Although later on, the certificates usually have like specifics on there about the client. So later on, you can kind of change that. Another thing that makes it look professional, if you have some sort of professionally created PDF pamphlet that you can instantly include in all your, or at the beginning of the email correspondence. Okay, that kind of shows your product, some details, like some sort of presentable pamphlet. And that way people are like, wow, like these guys, you know, like we can see the rendering, you can see this pamphlet, they have insurance, they have professional voicemail, they have professional signatures, and the email is clearly they're an experienced, established company. I mean, at that point, there's nothing there that's like kind of going like, who are these people? What are they doing? What's the product? Like, should we really trust them? So really, if you have good, strong reviews, you don't need a lot of them, but if you have good, strong reviews, they instantly Google you and they see if you have good reviews. If you have communication, even if you don't answer your phone, although I highly recommend that, if you have good, solid communication via voicemails and emails with professional signatures and professional voicemails, instantly they're like, okay, they feel good about you. And furthermore, if you have some sort of supplementary material, then they're like, yeah, I mean, I can see the product, I feel good, I see good reviews. Like, this is definitely a strong candidate for our event. And so these are, and by the way, there's more things, but these are just the initial things that me sitting here, this is not scripted, like came to mind. Oh, and by the way, before I kind of sign out, I'm making these like signs, and it's all thanks to this welder that the welding machine that I borrowed from a guy. And that guy actually has a local YouTube channel here called Hammered Halo. I really appreciate that he lended me the welder to weld these signs. And I still have it at the shop. I mean, it's safely stored here, of course. There's security. It's warm, climate controlled. So it's safe and sound here in the shop. And I'm occasionally using it now and again, even though the bulk of my signs are done, although I do plan on making more. But big shout out to him. His channel is called Hammered Halo, and I will link a description. I'll put a link in the description of this video. Sorry, I can't talk. And definitely check it out. Give him a sub, especially if you're interested in like home improvement, stuff like that. He's definitely trying to. He's throwing out videos. He's definitely trying to grow. So give him some love, because it's awesome. He never like asked me for anything. He just said, you know, here's the welder. I mean, it's just like a Mastercraft 500 or something, but it was just fine. Does the trick. And without that, I wouldn't be able to make these signs. I mean, unless I spend the money to buy a proper welder. But I do really appreciate that. So I thought I'd give him a little bit of love. Link in the description, guys. We'll talk to you soon. Hope you subscribe to my channel here, and take it easy. Let's get some business done.